life that I seem to lead, right? There's a big difference in the life I lead now versus the life I used to lead. Everybody thinks that, I don't know, life is so difficult or something, but it really isn't. It's like your level of education, your level of what you're willing to figure out in life is what determines how you're going to live. I personally grew up in a really poor family who themselves, for the first time in my entire life, someone in our family has money, and it's not me. Not yet. I'm working on it. And I'm working on doing it the legal way, like not the half-ass way. And honestly, when you learn that just taking the money and forming an LLC and working in America is probably the way to go, right? Because, like, you make more money doing that than you would ever make selling drugs. And, like, that's a fact. I mean, you can make more, but, like, the level of risk that's involved with that is super crazy. I don't even know why I go live. I get, like, 0 people to watch until way later. Really, it's not for anybody in particular to watch, though. It's just to document the journey here for like years from now, to remember what it took to get here. Because my whole life, I never planned on doing anything different, being anything more or less. Or different, per se. Holy shit, hi guys. But I guess now I moved on from hustling and doing that to running a business, uh, and learning law. Well, common law versus natural law versus state statutes and law, which is fucking crazy dumb. And I promise, if you don't know language, you like if you don't understand English, bro, you should not try and even physically learn law, or you might want to like relearn everything and then try and learn law. Because, dude, it's a headache. It's hard. But the honest to God truth is, in America, you need to know. You have to. Because, like, you are capable in America of living a completely good life. Right? Completely good life outside of any substantial work, right? You can always work for somebody, and in that process of working or doing for other people, you will find success in your life. But at the same time, that isn't what it is to be an American citizen. Like, to be, we are born with the ability to like create and make stuff out of nothing, right? Like that means businesses, that means anything, right? And to like just work, to just have a job and work isn't, not like saying anything bad, but it's like almost squandering that. Because fuck, I went from literally hustling to I secured a almost $4,000 contract for my business. I guess it's not my first contract, or it's not my first job. It's my second job, my first contract. But I spent my whole life thinking I was a victim to the system, when really that's not the case. I was a victim to ignorance. Like, I was a victim to the lack of knowledge that this, like, okay, you would never play a board game and not read the rules, right? You would never play a board game and not understand how you're playing the game. You would never do that, right? You would never try to do that because what's the point of playing the game, right? But as American citizens, that's all we do. We are thrust into this game, and nobody explains the rules. Nobody gives us rules. Nobody tells us. The only thing they tell us is that these are the laws, right? These are the statutes. These are the things you're supposed to do in order to not get in trouble. And other than that, live, work, and die, and you'll be pretty much taken care of. And even that's not the case anymore, right? So, like, what do you do in that situation? I mean, honestly, what do you do? Oh, I'm so tired. I wrote my first invoice today, and man, oh man, was that hard. Yeah, no, there's nothing really exciting going on in my life. Like I said from the beginning, this is a journey. I'm letting you guys inside my life, right? And it's bits and pieces, because right now there's shit in my life that is not, could turn into admission, like unadmissible evidence in court or something. I don't know. Not really. Like, it's not like killing anything wrong. It's just that the transition from what I was to what I'm trying to be is gentle. So I guess that's what it is, man. So let me explain this. I was a hustler from the time I was probably 13 years old. I've been selling, doing things, doing it my own way, which led into constant problems with the law, constant issues. On top of the whole fact I'm autistic, which, God, that would have been such a thing to know, you know? It would have been such a helpful thing to be able to know that the way I was processing the world wasn't quite normal, so I would never see anything as normal. I wouldn't live life and have the same type of visual and auditory experience regular people do. And I'm not saying it's really any different. For those of you who don't know, there's like this giant controversy around these things. They're 7-0 tablets, right? Like, there's a huge controversy. Like, they're a form of opiate or something. But the reality is, let me tell you this. I was an IV fucking heroin addict. I know I haven't been in 10 years. 10 years plus or something now. But I'll tell you this, for like a assured fact, right? There's no fucking drug in the world worse than the pharmaceuticals that they give you from a doctor. Like, all this bullshit that's going around the internet right now makes people feel like they're fighting back because there's all this controversy about ivermectin, right? And that's fair. Because these people's loved ones died from something that could have been well prevented. But, like, then you get back on WebMD and start looking up things, right? And you find that most cancers and most people that die have worms in them, right? Then there's this dewormer that most people use for dogs called fenbendazole and ivermectin. And I haven't tried either of them. But I'll tell you from the perspective of someone who does research into things unbiasedly, like who takes the paperwork and is like, oh, there's research to prove it here, there's research to prove it here, there's the lack of evidence here, the lack of, or evidence or the lack thereof, I guess, right? There's something to the whole ivermectin and fenbendazole curing cancer. Like, there's 100% inarguably something there. And I am not sitting here saying, oh, I took it, it worked. I am saying, from the perspective of somebody watching and learning and listening, I'm pretty sure cancer is caused by parasites, y'all. Like, almost 100% sure it is. Because, like, there is a there's way too high of a correlation between the fact that these these people with lung cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, right, take this horse dewormer and dog dewormer, and all of a sudden, within 60 to 90 days, they're clearing up. These tumors, these the met, the metas. I can't say it because there's certain words that my brain just physically can't get out of my mouth. But the tumors caused from the cancer going bad metastasize and they go like almost what's like septic, right? So these people ran tests to find out. Well, more than these people, there's like a gang of scientific studies and research that speak to the fact that within 60 to 90 days of like a dose higher than a milligram of ivermectin and higher than a milligram or 222 milligrams of fenbendazole makes these tumors disappear. The tumors that are about to overload and fucking cause a system failure here is the best way that I can say it. Like they're about to go nuclear, blow up in the body and cause a whole problem, right? They're disappearing, dissipating. Now, there are people that are having problems taking the ivermectin and the fenbendazole, right? And in the process of this, they're not taking any binders, I guess, with said medicines, leaving these parasites inside their body and making it worse. Now, I'm sure I would have to do more research and how it correlates, but it looks to me that if done properly, the fenbendazole and the ivermectin cure cancer. Like, and you don't have to be a genius to see that at all. It looks very much so like right now in the world. You know, there was this thing that went around a long time ago about how we were moving out of one age and into the other, and the age we moved into, this age, the age of Aquarius, I think it is. Yeah, out of Sagittarius and into I don't out of whatever. That when we moved into this age, it would be the age of enlightenment, the age of everybody knowing what was going on, and everything that was once hidden will come to the surface. And that's what it seems like happening. Like, it really does. There's people naturalizing their status all over the United States. There's people like me stopping doing drugs to wake up and realize what's going on. They're like, it's not, it's way deeper than that, but like the easiest way to say that is that, you know? So, but it really does, in fact, look like the age of what's once hidden is upon us at the moment. I could be wrong. I probably not, though. I'm not, like, arrogant and that way. I don't think. I know that I'm linked up with the universe and, like, I have this weird. It's not like premonitions, but they're, like, pretty well to do ideas of what's going to happen and going on. Like, I know that sounds crazy, and like I don't have to sit here and explain it, but the people that know me know that I'm pretty uh, on point when it comes to observation, pattern recognition, and understanding what's going on around us. Well, I am out of papers. That is a fucking terrible situation. So I know there's probably only one or two people watching right now, but the reality is in an age of technology, bro, when you're bored sitting at home by yourself and ain't got shit to do, why not talk to the people on the internet? I'm hoping to be a success, right? And that's the thing. I come from I'm adopted, right? In my family, like I have a biological mother and father, but they didn't take care of me. My mom, like, said, boop, 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 and dropped me the fuck off at these people's house, and they took care of me, right? She's like, oh, he's epileptic, and this and that, and the fucking third, and then, boom, I end up here. Well, not here, this is my apartment, but here, my grandma's apartment, which is above me, because I refuse to, like, move out and move anywhere of substance because they're getting fucking old, right? So I'd rather just live below them and make sure they're safe, you know? I think that's what anybody should do in this situation, especially given people that took care of somebody they didn't have to, you know what I mean? So I stick around to take care of them. They live above me. Uh, One's a cancer survivor, and one is just my grandma who would, on a regular basis, probably wants to kill my grandfather. I don't know, guys. I'm not willing to be the guy on the internet, like, doing wild shit to get people's attention. If people want to watch and tune in when I get on here, that's cool. Eventually, I'll start posting me doing, like, the rap process and stuff. But here's the thing, man. It's like, I spent so many years doing rap, and my ability to rap is unquestioned. Like, I know I can do that. I was invited to studios. I recorded in the same studio as Mac Miller and Wiz Khalifa. I ain't paid for none of it. I was invited to go there and do that. And solely on my, like, acumen of rapping, my ability to rap. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like I asked to go. It was solely based on my ability to rap. I just currently don't have a system in my room to be able to play beats while I record on the camera. I did, but I got raw the last time I went to. I didn't go to jail. The girl I was with beat me the fuck up. because I don't hit bitches. And I don't mean females. Females and bitches are totally different. Like, bro, when I tell you she, like, popped, there's this, like, vertebrae back here that when it pops sideways and sits, it'll, like, shut off your ability to breathe. That, and, like, you would think I'm a big dude, but because I'm a big dude, I especially know not to hit women. That's like being black and mouthing off to the cops. Like, you don't do it because the only thing that comes from it is problems. That's just how that goes. When you're my size, everybody takes everything you do as a fucking threat. And you could be absolutely meaning something totally harmless, and it gets turned into like something totally outlandish and different. Like when you're the size I am, bro, anybody can say you threaten them, and most people believe it. It's fucking wild. Like I said though, I'm not willing to get on the internet and act a fool to get people to watch. That's just crazy. It really truly is. I'm just getting on here hoping that people will follow the journey. I don't know what that means, to be honest. I know that before my life was so incredibly fucked that I wouldn't want nobody watching my journey. Like, I wouldn't want nobody. Like, I couldn't have no recordings of my house, recordings of me. Like, you fucking crazy? That's evidence. Now, I fucking just plain out see how, like, just saying that sounds crazy. Right? Because it's like when you learn to live a certain type of life, that's just how it is. It just really is like that. You know what I mean? But as you acclimate to living like this, living like y'all, most of y'all do, it doesn't have to be like that. It's crazy. I'm a 3-time felon, bro. I'm from Grove City, PA, and I got more felonies than Kevin fucking Gates. I promise that. I look like I'm fucking Amish. That's just because I ain't cut my hair. I'm trying to let it grow out, but that's just getting too crazy. But I can promise you this, like, I'm starting a business because I need to help people like me. Help felons. Help people they can't help themselves, and not because they legitimately can't help it, because the system does not work for felons like that. Felons are the closest thing you can get to indentured servants almost, because like their rights are stripped away. They only get access to certain things. They get treated badly for just because. So I mean, there's that. Like, so I created this thing. So like, I can't promise to help everybody, but I can promise as my journey keeps going, I'm gonna help some people. I'm gonna help the people that deserve to be helped. You know what I mean? But I think that's all I got for y'all tonight.